Hello, parents. My name is Miss Tamara Cease, and I would like to welcome you to English 10 Blended Learning. So let's get started. Here are a couple fun facts about me just so that you can get to know a little bit about myself. I am a 10th year English educator for Prince George's County Public Schools. I'm also a fourth generation teacher within my family. It's a lot of us educating kids out here, so I'm definitely within the fourth generation in my family. I am also a regional coordinator of blended learning. I am obsessed with educational technology and have been very blessed and fortunate to oversee 7 to 8 schools blended learning programs. So it's safe to say that I think I've found my niche in education. I am the oldest and shortest of three. If you look at our family photos, it's sometimes quite embarrassing. I lack favorites. I don't have like a favorite food or a favorite color, or like I lack a lot of favorites in a sense. So when students ask me, what's your favorite candy? I have nothing to tell them. And last but not least, I am obsessed with college basketball. All students who are Duke fans will automatically get extra credit. But these are just a little just brief info about myself. So let's get started. This is why your child is enrolled in this class. Number one, at some point they failed English 10, whether it was last year, the year before. They do not have an English 10 credit, and in order for them to graduate with their respective cohort, it's imperative that they earn this credit. They're also enrolled to not only target our graduation rate as a whole, focusing on increasing our school graduation rate, we also want to increase their overall GPA. And last but not least, your child's enrolled this year because we're doing a day pilot program of the blended learning model. Ideally, the blended learning courses are offered before and after school where students would have to pay for them. However, this year we're implementing this model in a day program. So the data that will be gathered from this particular cohort will give us an idea of how well blended learning is actually working, if it's improving, if it's not as good as we thought it would be, but we're just trying to gather some data of ways to increase students' pathways to success. This is why this model helps. It gets our students back on track to graduate. It really gives them an opportunity to forget the past and move on. Yeah, you may have slipped up here, you may have failed a course or two, but ideally we're here to help you get back on track so that you can graduate with your class. The cool thing about blended learning is that it's an individual learning path. Therefore, it's going to produce authentic results. Each learning path is going to formulate itself to the proficiency of your child. So the data that's produced and that's gathered from their course will let their educator, myself, as well as you, their parent or guardian, know how well they're progressing within the program. It opens doors to accelerate learning paths. That's a pretty cool thing about blended learning, because if your child finishes their required class that they need, they have an opportunity to take an original credit of something else. So the blended learning models, the e-learning, the hybrid format, they do nothing but benefit your child in the end. And last but not least, it promotes college and career readiness. We're moving into an era where everything is online, and education has really taken a turn from what it was 15, 20, 30 years ago, because now students are able to access material from anywhere in the world, and it can move towards the college of their choice or the career of their choice. So blended learning is really, really awesome. And this is how our course is going to work this year. So it's basically going to be a twofold program. Compass Learning is the software that we're going to use collectively as a class. And when you get an opportunity, feel free to just click on this link, this picture here, and it can give you a run through of Compass Learning and what that looks like from the student and the teacher and the parent end, but it can just give you a nice overview of the software. So Compass Learning is what we're going to use to access the actual English 10 class. So yes, your child will be doing English 10 work online. But the blended learning portion comes in here when we're going to do writing and research theory. On an honest level, I'm not a big fan of the Odyssey writers that are in Compass Learning. The Odyssey writers are basically writing assignments for students to create and compose and submit their essays. However, the essays in this particular software is not a word processor, so it's not student friendly. It doesn't proofread work. It doesn't allow you to adjust margins, things that are going to be applicable for MLA formatting or APA formatting. So I'm not really a big fan of those. So instead, I'm going to teach it. I'm going to teach writing and research theory to your child to make sure that they're not only getting the English 10 that they need in Compass Learning, but that they're also getting that writing portion as well. So Google Classroom is going to be an awesome and cool way for us to talk and chit chat, and that way you can stay up to date each week, each quarter, each semester of what we're doing in class together. So if you go here when you get a chance, click Google Classroom, and your child will also have these hot links to access this Google Classroom as well. When you get here, this is our homepage. And these tabs right here will be your best friends. The Welcome Back Mustang is just my nice little welcome to your child. Feel free to view the video there, to read up the information or more info about blended learning, and to get an idea of what it is that we're going to be doing throughout the year. The Student Corner is my way to connect with the students and let them know what we're working on. There's also a video in there. Their first assignment is also in there. But it's just a way for us to communicate with one another. Flipped classrooms will be posted there, different PowerPoints, presentations. It's just an awesome way to collaborate and interact with your child as well as your kid interacting with other kids within their class. But the parent portal is where you guys will pop in and check in and see what's going on in our parent corner. If we want to sit and talk amongst parents, if you want to just ask some additional questions, kind of get a feel for what's in the curriculum, parent portal, you'll find all of those things there. If you need to get in touch with me for whatever reason, this is my contact information. I tell people all the time the easiest way to get in contact with me is my email. I'm constantly checking and replying throughout the day. So it's a pretty easy way to get in touch with me. Here's my work number. Google Hangout is going to be super cool. The kids also have access to Google Hangout where they'll be able to communicate with one another as well as myself if needed during this time frame, Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 8. And you also have this Hangout button as well. So when you get an opportunity, if you ever want to hop in or check in and see how your child's doing or ask some innovative, creative questions, offer ideas, come on over and just click this Hangout button and we can start a hangout together. Web conferencing is another way that we can stay in touch. However, I am asking that through web conferencing that we schedule an appointment. It doesn't really work if we're not online at the same time. So web conferencing, if you're interested in that, just shoot me an email. We'll schedule a time and I can help you walk through the portals. I can show you what your kid's doing online. I can show you different ways to check their grade book. So web conferencing is really, really great. This is why we need each other. Teamwork, as my mom always says, it makes the dream work. I never really got that when I was a child and she wanted my siblings and I to clean the kitchen together because I figured if I already did my week, why do I have to help my brother on his week? But now that I'm older and I'm an educator, I get it. It does. It makes a difference. If we're all working together collectively and consistently, it will make the dream work 100%. Consistency gives us authentic results, and that's going to be on the good, the bad, and the ugly side, if you will. If we're consistently not doing what we're supposed to do, those authentic results will result in failure. But it's important to me that we all stay on the same page to ensure that our students are really maximizing their potential within this program. And last but not least, when they see that we care, they care. So I'm asking that you would partner with me to make this year exciting and fresh and innovative. I encourage you to reach out at any time. I'm here to assist whenever needed. I look forward to working with you and meeting you guys super soon. So definitely keep in touch. Thank you for your time and let's have a great year.